Welcome to the Witch Hour, the hour where the brew is hot and the talk is real.
And magic and mystery and everyday life blend into one.
Witch Hour is our sacred space where the voices of us as Hermetic priestesses rise to awaken remembrance, restore divine balance, and reweave the threads of ancient feminine wisdom. We speak light into the shadow, truth into silence, and healing into disconnection,
Yes.
guided by the sacred teachings of our ancestors.
Yes.
Mm.
We channel the power of mysticism, ritual, and spiritual truth to spark transformation within
Yeah.
ourselves, our community, and the world.
Yes.
Too. Yes, I am Muthetteru Baktiba.
I am Mutnek Bet Nefer Tatira.
And I am Harit Time Watchsi.
And together we are the voices behind the mystical journey, an hour of wit, wisdom, and a little witchcraft, or brouhaha. So come curious and leave enchanted.
Y'all know every brew we talk about starts with an intention. So
Right.
here is our intention.
Mm.
As we all take a deep inhale and release, our intention today is that this space is a space of reclamation. Today we reclaim our joy, our voice, and our
Mm.
healing. And I just want to
Mm.
say, we want to say thank you for supporting our first episode, y'all. Thank you for
Yes, thank
showing up
you.
big.
Yes.
Yes, and shout out to all of those who sent us messages, likes, emojis, all those things. The love after the launch was
Mhm.
really amazing. So thank you all for that.
Yes.
Too. Do I? That was
Do
beautiful.
I?
And so after our launch, we're here and we're going to be on this journey together. So
Yeah.
today's episode is really about getting to know us.
Mhm.
It's really
Yeah.
about sharing our journey as comedic priestesses. And in true fashion, we'll always do a community share with a card pull, and we'll close with an affirmation and language and a little witchy tip to fill our
Too.
cup of knowledge that you know we always have brewing.
Put it on in here.
Put it on in here and let's jump in. What y'all brewing
Mhm.
on today?
Mm. So let's tell them a little bit about us, like our background, where we come from.
Okay.
How do we get here? How do we get here in this
How did
space?
we get here?
Yes, I know we shared a little bit last time about how we got here, but I guess I'll start. My name is Muthetteru Baktiba. Of course, like Harit Tamawazi said, like we are all comedic priestesses. I am also many, many things, a deaf doula, a Raseki Seba, and also lead people on their journeys with plant medicine as well. But I truly serve, I always say this though, I serve the living, the dying, and the dead. The
Mm.
living people, helping and assist them through their transformations, whatever life transformations might be going through, their spiritual awakening, death, dying, the dying process being, when they're about to make their transition back over to the ancestral realm, assisting them, making them comfortable, and then the dead, as they would say. I do walk in the cemetery just to soothe the entities, the ancestors that are
Yeah.
there, that might need some help, that might need reassurance. So that is what I do, and it has been a wonderful, wonderful journey. Yeah, that's the soul work.
And I know Muhadaru. You mentioned as a Sabah. Sabah, for those who always like to connect, Sabah means teacher. Muhadaru
Mm-hmm.
is a fabulous teacher. And I just,
Mhm.
as you were talking about you going in and soothing those spirits, because we know our ancestors or those who old schoolers say have gone on to glory. They may not be with us in our physical spaces, but they are still needing some support in their transition. So you walk in that space is ancestral reverence in and of itself. Even if they are not being revered by their family on a ancestral off altar or
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
ofrenda, there's
Mhm.
still, you are helping them still be elevated
Yes.
Yes.
space and peace
Mhm.
in their
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that
Mhm.
sounds like a lot of courage.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a lot of courage.
That's
Mhm.
Yes, it's a lot of courage. It is a beautiful journey. And it gets so deep. Hearing other people ancestors, talking to my own ancestors and being able to that happens a lot of times like in Reiki work too. You can be assisting somebody on the table on their healing journey, and then their ancestors will come in of the light and support them on their healing journey to let them know, like, hey, I'm still here. I'm still here. I still got your back. You are not alone.
Mhm.
And that happens a lot.
Mhm.
It happens a lot.
So I want to keep people who might be listening too that may not even understand. This may be their first introduction to this type of healing and reverence and reconnecting, y'all. Because this witch hour, we are
And connect.
reclaiming our
Yes.
wisdom
Mhm.
and knowledge, that ancient wisdom and
Mhm.
knowledge. So tell us a little bit more about like what's Reiki.
Reiki is an energy healing system. For many, many decades, our ancestors have been laying hands on each other. And they have been laying hands on us. All of us had the energy, the power, the shikam, the chi, the prana. We all have that within inside of us to heal one another. It is just simple as going up and touching somebody. And just think about somebody you love dearly touching you in a
Mhm.
time of need, in a time of space, and that good energy that you has transfers into them. And it's just that simple. A lot of times
Yeah.
it could be more powerful. It is
Mhm.
powerful, but it's just as simple as a touch. So we have 7 Aritsus like inside of our body. We have
Mhm.
Aritsus outside of our body as well.
Mhm.
So by giving that energy healing, because we are electromagnetic beings and we're
Yes.
always vibrating and we're always in the this is a big subject.
It is.
Go, you doing it.
You doing it. When you said this, Moot had a rule. Like, y'all know I'ma always go to somebody's old school granny, right? When you said the land of hands, we've been culturally, as we think about reclamation,
Mhm.
we've been doing Reiki
Yes.
since black people been black. We've been laying hands on people for years.
For years. For
And
years.
for long lineage.
Say it.
We just
Yeah.
we just saying this Reiki.
Right.
Yeah.
We've been doing these practices for years, so that's not
There
foreign.
you go.
But the word
Mhm.
Mm.
new for some of us, because
Mhm.
our vocabulary, right? Because
Yes.
multilingual. Um,
Mm.
Yes.
but we've been laying hands for years,
For years.
Yes.
for generations.
For generations.
And that has been something that's been passed down in somebody's kitchen, old school practice. Your granny
Right.
laid hands on somebody, so now
Mhm.
you picking up to him because you done watched your granny have people come over and do
Mhm.
in certain spaces. So now you've picked up the practices and she's taught you. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that those things are not foreign to us, although
No.
Right.
I hear the word Reiki.
It may
Reiki.
feel foreign, yeah, from the
Right.
language. Mhm.
Right.
So
Right.
we are, because what was the intention? The intention was to reclaim. So we're
Reclaim.
just reclaiming our power and
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Bringing it back.
and yes, and
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back. And it's so huge. Look, you know how I always go down. I'm like, bring it back.
You be like, yeah, because you see far. You're like, okay, well
Right.
let's stay over here. Don't go there
Right,
yet, just yet.
right. Bringing it
Yeah.
back. And then just one fun fact about myself, like I said before, I do strolls in the cemetery. Like it recharges me. It recharges myself as well as me recharging spirit because when I'm in there, they're like, hey, she see us. Hey, she recognize us. And then if I feel called to, I'll give reverence to if it's a grave that I walk past and I feel the
Mhm.
energy of they have lived a nice life. But like you said before, Harit Tamawazi, some of their ancestors have forgotten about them and have not said their name. So I'll walk past and I'll give reverence to that person. And just leave offerings and just giving protected. So don't try this at home if you are not
say that
spiritually
again.
protected.
Give the disclaimer again.
if you are not protected,
Don't try
don't
this at
try
home.
this at home because
Hmm
certain people
Don't.
can't, certain people
Woo,
can't go
girl.
inside of the cemetery. Certain people
Very
are
true.
not allowed to go. So make sure that you are spiritually protected. But they love me and I love them. It is so peaceful to me.
Look, you got sanction. You got sanction
You got
to do
sanctions.
those things. You got clearance. You got
Mhm.
divine clearance.
Mm-hmm. You got a VIP pass.
Say that
Too.
again. Say that again.
A VIP pass.
And y'all know, like, we have to really like trust ourselves too, because it's like we like to question things a lot sometimes too. It's like, why do I like this? What am I doing here? It's because you were sanctioned and your ancestors, it's in your blood. One of your ancestors probably did it before you. You've done it many, many lifetimes before, but trust yourself, trust what you feel when you are in places or when you walk past somebody. Like, trust your own intuition because nobody showed me, told me about the cemetery, but I know that I felt good when I go there.
As a priestess or as a priestess, initiated priestess in
Mm-hmm.
any traditional culture, you are sanctioned to do certain things. You have been given clearance to do certain things based off of your path that has been divined for you. So
Absolutely.
you are not in a space that is foreign
Mm-hmm.
because this is your path that's been divined for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something that has just been all willy-nilly. This is something that, again, the way has been made for you.
Yes. And just for anybody that's on their path, just remain open. Remain open. Listen to what spirit has for you. Again, don't question it. Keep going. Keep striving. And I remember, how did I get here? I'm thinking about how did I get here? How did I meet Harit Tamiwazi and Moot Nekbet? It's been some years.
It been? I was thinking about
But
that.
I felt like I was a baby, just
It has been a minute.
just coming in. Tarot class is one of my first remembrance of. What year was that? Was it?
Oh,
It was before tarot class though, because I can remember you coming in and just being so quiet, sitting across from the
that's
room,
very.
temple, and we always had like our one spot that everybody would sit in the same
Two.
spot. But if we gonna make it tarot class, I gotta count the years by which pregnancy it was. Just had a baby.
Which baby? Not the twins, Tasir.
You were pregnant with Tasir, but I think I came in before that.
The twins, because the twins and Tasir were back to back. Tasir was 2019. The twins were 2018.
I think it was 2018.
And being in that class, and I didn't know that they were priestesses, but the way that they carried themselves and presented themselves has always been amazing. So, and I still like first coming in, I was like baby, like new into tarot readings because I never knew that I could read tarot or anything. And then our godmother was like, pretty much like, yes, you're here for a reason. And our relationship has developed into something so magical. And I just want to say that I'm so grateful for the both of you, for all of the sisters and all of the brothers. It has definitely been magical. Magical.
It has been a magical ride.
It has been. Yeah, it has been. And you saying that you were new to tarot, you were a good girl in that class.
Yeah, you were.
What? Okay, this was a spread. What is she getting from there?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated that. You were, and I know you are still a bomb reader, not just of tarot, all things oracle, all things divine. And that is truly your gift. And I know that is, I'm going to say, wow, thank you, Heteru. Because, that is a skill that Heteru has.
To that imagination, yes.
Show you right. Show you right. Show you right.
Moot Nekbet, tell us about you and Nekbet and what that means and all about Moot Nekbet.
Too. All right. Well, again, I am Moot Nekbet Nefernertati Ra. I am in an iteration of life where that reclamation is extremely important to me right now. So
Mm-hmm.
I am a retired Reiki master. I
Retired.
definitely retired. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Um, I am a of Raseki as well, and that is in transition also because I see myself as a layer on of hands. So when I was sitting here in space the last couple of years, to say that I was a Reiki master just didn't sit well with me any longer. But laying on of hands, as you said, Harita and Watch, see, that is something that I'm very, very familiar with, accustomed to seeing, my grandmother in her spiritual bag on a very subtle way, right?
Ooh,
That looks like more aligned with what I do now. So I am an energetic medium. I'm an energetic reader. I do what I would refer to as soul work and spiritual coaching by way of guiding others to tap into the truth of their authenticity and be sovereign in who they are and connect to their ancestors as well. I'm learning that with Nekbet, with her being such a straight to the point, let's get to the root, let's uproot, let's stick to the truth of the things,
yeah.
that my healing has shifted into a way that a lot of emotional release comes from sessions with me. I've definitely had ancestral visits in mediumship in those sessions, and really allowing for people to be unabashed, like no shame in their experiences, what's happening in their body, speaking about their spiritual needs and wants, what they've been longing, and really helping them connect with like their true voice. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where my sect of energetic healing occurs with me. And then I'm also currently in study for Ayurvedic wellness counseling.
Okay.
So Ayurveda wellness counseling.
Right. And tell us what that means.
Ayurveda is actually a leg of yoga, and it basically means like the study of life and the rhythm that life takes from the time that you were born up until old age. We all have phases that the elements work with our bodies, that the elements in our body change. Air changes in our body, fire changes in our body, earth, water changes in our body as we age. And it helps to understand what it means to have full lifestyle balance from the time that you wake up in the morning, what you're eating, what kind of exercises you're doing,
Yes.
what you are doing really to own your constitution, who you are. It's a support of being sovereign in yourself, because we all are not the same. So what medicine I
True.
would take, you wouldn't take it, because that's not going to
Mm-hmm.
work for you. What medicine you would take, I wouldn't take it, because that's not going to help me and how my nature, my nature is founded. So Ayurveda, from what I've been learning, it is a system, and all of these things are systems to help us to align with who we are and make sure that we are whole in our body, whole in our spirit, and whole in our minds. I am creatively a little bit over here, a little bit over there, a little bit in that, a little bit in this. So I would say that I was a creative person between doing installations, kind of having my first bit in installation work, and drawing when I can. Art installation, yes. Painting when I can. And at some point I've had my hand literally in pottery work. But that art installation is very spiritual for me, and understanding what it means to, again, guide us visually back to, like, I kind of want to tap into all the senses. I want to hit all your senses when you're dealing with me with Nekbet. I want you.
And you know what? When you say that, it
Mhm.
sounds like your Ayurvedic
Mhm.
process, tapping into
Mhm.
all your senses. When
Mhm.
you look at the elements are all within us, fire,
Mhm.
water. That's the same way that you're expressing your art. You want to tap into all aspects of
Yep.
someone through your art and creativity. And I've seen your work and your art installations, and it's beautiful.
Do I? Do I, Nitch?
Oh, meow.
Yeah. Yeah. So how I came to know about you all, dag. I was I don't even know where to start, honey. The journey has been my life. But coming into physical meeting, I just know that after I had come from my Raseki, I got initiated, attuned to level 1 and 2. And when I got back home, I was like, oh my God, like this is so, because I'm coming from Buddhism. Buddhism is not as in depth as, I mean, it is, but it's not. And I was like, oh my God, this is like so much information. And I really don't know if I would be able to like tap into this on my own with how much layers, because Raseki is not just dealing with like a Sui Reiki, you're just dealing with the chakras at base level. When you learn, you're dealing with chakras and hand placements and symbols. With Raseki, it's like ancestors and Sekhmet and yourself and your Aritu, and like, you know, there's sound and there's all these different components. And I just was like, wow, I don't know where to start, right? The ancestral work was kind of, you know, I had started to build. Dealing with Sekhmet, she introduced herself to me some years prior, before I had even thought about Kemet. And sitting in front of my altar being like, where am I supposed to go? You know, and our godmother being brought to my attention, inviting me to come to temple, and me seeing these beautiful melanated women dancing in front of an altar when I'm doing that at home myself. You know, I'm dancing in front of my altar at home. I'm making offerings on my personal altar. I'm doing candle work, and it's like I find a space where others who look like me are completely embodied in their bodies, completely embodied in their sensuality. Like there's no one is like stepping back. Everybody's being bold in that space, and I was so impressed by that, and I felt so comfortable. And meeting you and us coming into the head together and just kind of like locking in
in a way that we didn't even know we was locked in.
right. Right. It was like Tetris. It just fell right on into spot, right?
Oh, that is a great way to describe it. That's a great way to describe it. I like
this piece fits here and it just clears space, right? So, would you say, Mood Heteru?
I said I like the way our brains work. Seeing those images, like
they be working, baby. They be working. Right, exactly. Like a little smoke signal, like a little electricity. Did you pick that up? Right. Yeah, and then of course Mood Heteru, also from tarot class. And I agree with Harita and Washi, just like watching you just kind of be very observant and then just and taking it and just going, you know, taking it and going. And it's been a beautiful journey of, I would say, probably personal growth for each and every one of us.
Yes.
For us to be able to get to this point, to be able to share not only ourselves, but our path, purpose, and this work as a whole. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I'm still growing. Like there's still a lot of room for growth and evolution.
We always evolve. We are going to continue to evolve.
Yes.
And with Mood Heteru, we know even through our transitions of life phases, we still evolve, and we will still need people, priestesses, shamans, all those, I'm just gonna say divine people, right? The grannies that's teaching the laying on the hands. We need those things to continue. Yeah. Now is the time for us to reclaim these things, to learn,
yes,
teach these things to those who are coming after us, because we know energy continues to exist.
Yes.
And just because we may not see it in the physical form, there's still vibrations that happen that need to be carried on and elevated. And each one of you spoke about those energies and how you support someone in their individual constitution to elevate and to carry those energies in a way that resonates with them and how they identify and create their divine gifts to the world, right? Because that's what it's about. Being your authentic self,
being your authentic self,
and bringing those divine gifts to the world.
Period.
And as healers, it helps us heal too. You know what I'm saying? Like I always, y'all know, always saying, no other place I'd rather be. You know what I'm saying? Like but to be walking my path and in my journey. And one of the things that talking about tempo is like, yes, tempo really helped like grow us individually, but as like a collective too. And it really helped me come out and like Mugnek was saying, like, be yourself. Like, I see that this ritual work, lighting candles, giving offerings, and it truly, truly resonated. And even continue to find people that are in alignment with you in your path and your growth. It's important having a community.
Your soul tribe. And I think that it also, to your point, Muhetaru, about the healing really gets sweet when you let it happen. You know what I mean? Like when you let it happen, it gets so good and it becomes easier because you're allowing whatever removed, to go in peace. Shemimotep, to go in peace, right? And what I can say is, even for myself being a healer, a teacher, and all these other things, it has made me have to dig into parts of myself that I may have neglected, because you got to show up for that. You got to show up. You have to be ready. You have to be in a certain position to hold space for people and what's going on with them, and stand your ground and who you are, as not to like retain it or to hold it, to be able to transmute it, shift it, recycle it, whatever, upcycle it. So being upcycle, refurbish. So like just thinking about the way that all of these components, again, the system that we practice, how it really helps you to understand when you're not on the spot, what it looks like to be behind closed doors.
That's true. So I think like you both talked about how we met, right? Or how we all met. And when I have to reflect on like my journey and how I became a priestess, I can go back to when I was a kid. My father was a recovering alcoholic. He was a recovering addict. And as a person in recovery, he found his solace in religion. And my mom was a strong, I love my mama, Dean Kaini. Y'all, I'm
Dean Kaini.
Dean Kaini to my daddy and my mama.
Too.
They done gone on to glory, but they're still with me in this presence. So much of his story like helped me to understand like my connection to divinity. And when I say divinity, like God, Nebuchadnezzar, and how healing and miracles truly exist, and the power of the word, and the power of the spoken word, the power of laying on hands, the power of using words, your name, that frequency to connect. Every summer we used to go to camp. It was church camp. And we would have a time where they would have revival, where people singing and you get filled with the spirit. That is really catching spirit. Now, the energy of God, you call it down to earth, right? And I probably was no older than 8 years old. And I just remember at one point, I kind of blacked out. And then the next time I came up, my daddy was holding me and I was just crying, speaking in tongues. And my twin sister was like,
yes.
I don't know what happened to you. What I was like, I don't know what happened to me either. But I clearly remember that moment. So when I got older and became initiated, I would see people catch and lay hands. Like those things were not bizarre to me. I knew God existed. Nature existed in so many different ways.
Yes.
And it just felt good to be in a space of divinity. And when I think about what brought me to Temple was two things. One was my mom had passed away, and I was going through this thing where now people would tell you like, oh, depending on what name they know me by, she always been a little different, like a little different. My mom would always say like, one day her hair is going to be long and next day it'll be short. One day it's going to be blonde and next day it'll be blue. One time it turned green. 2 times it turned green. But I was into tarot. Heavy, and I couldn't find a group that looked like me. And I was like I'm getting this wisdom in community shares when you channel and you meditate and you have messages you share. because I always connected that to that part of me. But I'm like, is it people that look like me that do this, or am I just an eyeball? Like, am I so weird? And I was taking a class, and I was like, yeah, I want to. It was somebody who was a part of Temple, who I knew ever since I was younger. And she was like, girl, yeah, it's a bunch of us. Like, you should come. And this when Facebook just started getting popping. Like, yeah, go on Facebook. And then our godmother was like, yes, come. And when I came, I was like, oh,
Telling you.
For
the
real.
world had opened.
Yes. Yes.
Real.
And I felt resonant in that
Mm.
space. And it was like, why have you been fighting what you have felt in your heart for so long? So with my path, I start to understand myself differently. These things have always been a part of me, but now it's like they've come together to make me whole, where I kept having to separate myself. Like, oh, well,
Yes.
I'm a social worker and I listen good, and I can, when people talk to me, it's almost like I can hear or see. As I see their life. I see them as if I'm there with them. Not understanding that, hey, yeah, you went there because this is part of your spiritual path. You just saw it in the world as social work.
Right.
But you are a healer. You hear and help people process what they're feeling, to help them make sense of it and find that God is within them, to be able to resurrect their within them and to affirm themselves, right? But when I was 8, nobody was telling you that.
Right.
Or when I was 16, nobody's telling you that. I'm happy that we all know that nothing happens by chance.
There are no such things as coincidence.
There's no such thing as coincidence. Found us together so we can be here again, because
now.
our gifts are meant to help create space for others in the world, so the world can keep on vibrating high.
That's so true. And there a lot of points. That's my presidential. A lot of points. But I think what's so important to highlight that you said for me is being in spaces that don't look like you. It doesn't take away from the spiritual. It doesn't, because spirit is spirit. But it's something about being able to speak to what you feel in a way that it's understood, because sometimes we are nonverbal communicators, and things that we feel can't always be put into these very flowery, pretty monarch butterfly words. Sometimes it's or like a deep breath, right? A deep breath, just a pause, you know. And I think that there's so many times when that has happened in Temple, and it's just like, yep, I know. Right. And that in itself is so reassuring. And on another tip, the fact that this is seeking when there is no social media library.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Like, no social media library.
Yes.
Because it was all word of mouth. You couldn't go onto a page or find somebody or share. And like you said, Facebook was it. Instagram, I don't even think was really taken off yet. And Instagram was more like selfie, like, look what I did today. You know what I mean? And so it was by putting it out there in the universe, and the universe putting it in your line of vision for you to get there. Because the way that getting there has been, I think for each one of us, it hasn't been like a, you know, Muhadaru, you know, there's that nonverbal communication.
Life has no crystal staircase.
Right? It has been, it's how back in the day our elders would have to go to the library and pull up the catalog to get their research done. We had to do that. We had to go through a catalog of like, who do you know that does this? And I don't know what this is, but who does this? You know, or what is it? Where is it? Who does it? And the universe aligns you because it sees that you need it, and that's who you are, right? Tetris.
Yeah. And that reminds me like of the Unky U. That was my first event, the Unky U that I went to. I was invited to by our godmother. So I get in there, and I don't know, everybody's saying the Hessies, you know, the mantras. I don't know what people were saying, but it just felt good. And I was with it. Hey, she was going and I was going too. It felt good. And that just reminds me of everything, like trust in spirit, like trust. And you brought up so much, both of you, because it's like we didn't have people nowadays need a catalog or a portfolio of, like, and then people go, people go and because it looks good, you know what I'm saying? And then it end up, it's a whole lot. Y'all know.
It's appealing. It's appealing. But there is things that I have found about spirituality. Spirituality it feels good. And people eat any type of spirituality. I'm talking about African traditional religion or whatever your soul connects to, whether you are practicing Muslim or you practicing Islam or whatever it is, it feels good because it's restorative to your soul.
It's restorative.
And it helps ground you and it gives you hope. And those feelings are feelings that are high vibratory feelings. And we as energetic beings want to vibe high. We want to vibrate high. Those are those higher emotions like love, joy, which we're reclaiming today, right? Peace, love, and you want to share those things. And spirituality is a way to do that because it gives you a platform to do so. There were some things that we have mentioned too, right? I want to, because people say temple. What's temple? It's our place of worship. Refer to as our worship. That is our crew who participates in temple that does the worshiping and learning together. It's It's just a space where we come together and commune. So I want people to stay connected and not get lost. Like, okay, they lost us at het. What does het mean?
Right. Go back to it.
And what's the beautiful thing about it too the beautiful thing about opportunity, one, to learn at the feet of wisdom by way of speech and passing on that knowledge. When we talk about laying on hands and being able to first hand learn, because there are some things that
first hand learn.
That a book can teach us, but lived experience brings a different type of wisdom.
Yes.
And being able to have an ear attuned to lived experience allows us to be able to own the knowledge.
Right there. Yeah.
And to catalog it in a different way. But I must say the opportunity that the World Wide Web has given us is a way to share it with the masses. Or share it with more people who may feel like they are in isolation in their experience.
Yeah. Because it's like the visibility. And I even remember when I first started practicing Usui Reiki, I would see Black women that say, I practice Reiki. And I'm like, why aren't you sharing? Yeah, why aren't you sharing? And but you know what though? I can understand because it's such a large responsibility. I get it. It's a large responsibility to hold space. And some people like, you know what? I can't deal with your stuff. I understand. But at the same time, being so eager to see women who look like me that I could speak that language to was very important for me at the time. And also I feel like finding a spiritual place that resonates with your soul spiritually, it puts you in alignment for what you already feel about yourself. A lot of people who feel that isolation, they feel that pull. You feel a calling that there is something else for you. Something's waiting, not just the regular mundane. You don't want to go do what your friends are doing. That's boring to you. You need more stimulation. You need more connection, something deeper, something more in depth. So as you are seeking, because we all are seekers at some point, and we continue to be so, but when you first starting out, you're looking for that place that your soul can expand. And so it's like these places like temple or even a church setting, a mosque setting, a monastery, whatever, like Harita Watch, she was saying, God is God. You know what I mean? Wherever your soul glows, that's where you're going to go, right? So
glow.
Right? So finding a place where you can truly sit at the seat of wisdom that is righteous in a way that is like healthy, it's healthy. A healthy voice of wisdom, a healthy foot of wisdom that you can sit at and it sees you and it's pouring into you. Like that's what it's about. It's about you elevating and getting to that place of fulfillment.
and a shared experience, because reciprocity.
Yeah.
Always want to be able to give and pour to the well as the well continues, because we want that well to
Ooh.
continue to be
Yeah.
sustained.
Yes.
My aunt.
My aunt.
So for a tidbit, look, y'all know, I am a mother of many, and my mother was one who would make us go look up words. Be like, "Mommy, how you spell?" She'd be like, "Go get the dictionary and go look it up." Like, "Mom," so we had to always look up stuff. So I want to charge our users, like, look, connect with us, right? But I want you to go look up my odd if you don't know what my odd is, right?
Ooh.
Share. And like, it's something good in order about the balance of things, the give and take, and a healthy soul connection.
And I also think that, like, I know / feel that those who are seeking are looking for that. They're looking for the dedication and the discipline, even if they don't understand what that fully means yet.
Yes.
Because it takes dedication. Like, you literally, in our last session, we talked about saying no, right? And sometimes you have to say no to what would hinder your growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to say no to what would challenge you being disciplined or dedicated to what's going to put you ahead. And it could be challenging because other people, like you said, people looking at you like, she's just different. They don't understand that difference. And we may feel inclined to want to explain it, like, well, I'm this. But certain spaces, when you get there, you don't have to explain your difference. You just can be different. And say no.
And say no, because no leads to you being able to have a healthy boundary, to be able to say yes to things that resonate with your path and your purpose. Being able to say no has allowed us to be able to say yes and be present for our path and purpose, and be able to see the beauty and the growth from that. I know that being Harit Tayan Wajsi means everything as being the same name that my mother and father named me at birth, because that name and that energy still resonated with who I was to become and who I continue to become as a soul. So I think about, what does that mean for others? How can others connect to what helps their soul glow, shine, and resonate to where they are? Because again, today's intention was about reclaiming a reclamation of joy, power, and your soul's glow and your soul's happiness.
Go get your blessing.
Go get your blessing, right? And doing things that help resonate in your own authenticity.
In your own authenticity.
Yes, because, and that reminds me of growing up, as you were stating your past, Harriet Tubman Wisely, like I grew up Jehovah's Witness, and I knew I wasn't that. My dad's side of the family was Jehovah's Witness. My mother, before she made her transition, Deanne Kaini, she was a Jehovah's Witness as well. But that wasn't the path for me. But one of the things I want to say about, God is God. She never looked at me. She gave me the little side eye at my altar, but she never intruded on me, and I was her go-to person.
Yeah.
And also respecting, we are different, and knowing who we are, and we are different, but respecting someone else's path too. Yes, because she respected my path as well, and she came to me one day, was like, Jasmine, well, she said, Jazz, people don't respect my religion, and I don't like it. And it took me back to when you start your journey, people will not maybe not respect what you're doing, or respect, hey, you got altars, what is that about? Sometimes they fear what they don't understand. You can engage with them and let them know, teach them, show them, but don't let someone deter you from your soul purpose, your soul mission, and my mom respected that. She's seen the God in me. I seen the God in her. We both are representation. We all are representation of the Neteru. So just really tapping into yourself and letting your soul expansion is what Mootnek says. I love
expansion.
Your soul expansion, resurrecting yourself with Harit Tamawazi said, and I thought about Asar. I seen Asar like when you said that.
That's my daddy.
Your Asar pose. Me too. Me
Right.
too.
Oh, that's your daddy. We Asar's children
Asar.
with his kids. Yeah, so like, yes, resurrection so you could truly sit on your throne, honey.
Ooh.
Okay? Resurrection so you can sit on your throne and know that even you have to be comfortable with knowing that people may never understand what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, they may never get it. And those are the ones that you have to kind of say no to because you can't stop yourself trying to explain to individuals who either refuse to get it or just might not be capable of it. And that's okay.
Right.
Go where people see you, where they want to uplift you, where they want to love on you, where they want to support you, where they respect your path, no matter if it doesn't look like their path.
Right.
Like that's where you need to be in not just a spiritual setting, but just community in general.
Reclaim yourself.
Yes.
Reclaim yourself.
Yes. Your joy, your purpose, your path, and you said soul expansion.
Yes. Soul expansion.
Right, because it's all healing. And I think you might have said it, Munek, that healers heal in social work. They'll say hurt people, right? We have to do something that allows healing to resonate and reverberate throughout all of the earth. Like we have to send that healing energy all throughout the earth because hurt people. So if we know this to be true, we also know that healing happens and healers have a purpose in helping people heal physically because our body keeps the score, whether or not we can remember what happened or not. So healers are meant to help our body heals energetically, emotionally, and physically.
Yeah.
So honestly, we all doctors are healers, right?
Yes.
We're energy healers, helping soul healers. Like everybody can contribute to the healing that's needed to continue to be able to help what we say the world continue to vibrate high.
Yes. Elevation.
So as we begin to cast our closing circle, we all know that we started out with an intention. And we know that we always end with community share. Community share looks like our card pulls, things that we want to help the community because y'all are part of our community. Y'all part of our community.
Yes.
To learn, heal, and grow because we are letting this healing resonate. I also want people to know, like, look, y'all, we open communication. Please connect with us. Send us your feedback, your questions. We want to have good conversation. We want to include you in our brew, right? We want to know what y'all brewing. We want to know what questions or what even feedback that you all have. And you all can connect with us as a group at Witch Hour Podcast. Y'all know how to spell witch, right? WT, right? Y'all know right? Witch Hour Podcast at Gmail, or always connect with us on IG at Witch Hour _podcast on all social media platforms because y'all are part of our crew and we want to hear from you and we want to be able to share and resonate in the healing.
Yes.
But I know I get excited about the card pulls because I love to always hear our resonate. And I carry that energy and I see that energy throughout our time away from one another.
Yes.
Because it continues to resonate. So next, I know you got the card, girl. I want to know.
Okay. Okay. So I pulled from the Sacred Ori deck. Yes. And this is our card. It's worth.
Yes. Oh wow, that is so beautiful.
Right.
Cowrie shell at the bottom.
It's a cowrie shell in the corner, and then she has her little I think it's like a basin and some herbs. Yep. So worth. It says humility is often the essence of sacrifice. In life, we sacrifice a lot. In many ways, you may have given up on yourself in favor of things you viewed as more important or worthy. All the sacrifices you've made define your humility. However, be mindful not to sacrifice your own worth. Think of one thing to, I'll say it again, be mindful not to sacrifice your own worth. Think of one thing that is taking too much of your time and has compromised your worth. Write it down, cross it out, and release. Practice this as many times as you need to begin to see it manifest in your life. There is a prayer here, and it says, Ori, beautify my humility with grace and assist me with words to use so that I never have to sacrifice my time, talent, or worth.
Ooh.
So shout out to that card, Moon Neckbad. What's the Ori?
I like to say it is your divine mind. It is the higher self of you that knows everything about you. It's going to put you where you need to be. It's that part of you that knows that you are everything that you say you are. You are her, you are him, you are them, you are they, whatever. You know, you are it, and it guides you to make good decisions that will benefit you. So when we think about our Ori in our head, as we up here speaking about Asar, right? Keeping a clear mind, a clear head, so that way we know what we are doing. So basically, you're asking your Ori, you're asking your clear mind to help you to understand your humility, that you do not sacrifice your worth and that you stay aligned to things that support your talent, your time, and your worth.
Yeah. And Hermeticism, we know that word to be your tepka, right? And
Too.
that's that divine part of us that exists in heaven in our perfect space, like you said, that helps us stay aligned to our path.
Right. Yeah. And this card with the number 3, you know me, I like my Virgo-ness. The number 3 is talking about creativity, communication, and self-expression and connection to higher purpose. And you seeing I interpret it talks about like Holy Trinity. And I saw that Holy Trinity being your soul, your mind, and your body. And then looking at those doves, let me put the card back up here so you can see. Looking at the doves representing peace, hope, love, and new beginnings.
Yes. Yes. She's sending out that piece too.
She sure is.
Yes, she's sending out the piece. And it's like her hand is on her heart as she's sending it out, she's receiving it. You know what I'm saying? Like
left hand on the heart too.
Ma'at again, like giving and receiving, you know. That
Two.
Is 7 doves. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Two.
So the word or phrase for today is I am powerful in body and name.
Ooh.
Yes.
I am powerful in body and name. In Medu Neter, which is the words of God, right? It is Anuk Shekem. Ket em rin. Anuk Shekem. Ket em rin. I am powerful in body and name. And that resonates with worth, right? Because you know your worth. In order to know the power that you have in your name and who you are in your body as a complete person.
Yes.
You think about your Ori or your Tepka. What a perfect phrase to resonate on, right?
And what do you mean by like power in the name or in a name?
Look, I say this. My name ring bells. So your name carries energy. Our name carries energy. It has a frequency. There's a numerology that's associated with our name, right? And this is why we need to be mindful. And there's another story too. Mindful of what we name our children, because those names carry energy, and that determines how people go influence and they resonate in life, right? Or how we call people, if we do name calling, why we say no name calling, because we don't want people to resonate with a low frequency.
Right.
Now, this is the whole spiritual point of when you are birthed in traditional communities, and I mean traditional like ancient tradition, right? You were born and you had a naming ceremony. Your name was divine, prayed on, blessed down from the shaman, the ancestors, the Yanifa, the Shata, Mut, or the Shata, Yetep, or Yetep Shata, or Mu Shata. It was divined on by those individuals, and it was given to support your role in life, your path in life. So your name supports your path in life, so you can always be connected to it. You'll never be separate from it, so you always remain connected to your Tepka, that perfect part of you that meets in heaven, so you can feel your spiritual path. So our name rings bells, and it resonates with a power.
Yes. Do I?
So y'all remember the names that you want to go by.
Wow. So, and I have an herb for us this week. An herb this week. Because it's that season. It is fall time and it is cinnamundo. Cinnamon.
Oh, I knew you was gonna say that. I knew I'm like, is it cinnamon?
Definitely cinnamon. Because cinnamon gives us that warm vibration, right? Cinnamon represents warmth and prosperity and abundance, courage and attraction. So you can put it in your coffee, your tea, even in your spiritual work that you do around the house. And what are the things that I thought about too? Cinnamon brooms, because it's that season where they got all the brooms out that smell like cinnamon. And then we also have the pine cones that smells like cinnamon too. So that warmth, that vibration, and it makes you feel homely, like very warm and very sacred and very embodied. That's how cinnamon makes me feel. So putting that in your coffee, putting that in your tea, helping you raise that vibration. What are the things that I actually was thinking about? I made a long time ago for the kids was cutting up apples, putting cloves, cinnamon, even making warm apple cider for yourself. Put it inside of your bath water to bring that love, to bring that attraction. Some people have the cinnamon bark. Or the powder, sprinkling it on your doorstep for attraction and abundance. And, Heteru being very, very creative, thinking about back to the brooms as well, buying you even a plain broom and decorating it with your intention and placing it by your door. You know, so if you're wrapping it with things of prosperity and abundance and wrapping it with crystals and pretty cloths and, just different bows and putting it by your door to bring in that attraction. And even give somebody, well, maybe not, but give somebody a broom.
And I had a rule like, girl, I said for the people, not for the other people.
But
yes, using that
for something else.
Using that cinnamon to spice up your life. Spice up your candle work with it. You know, putting it in your work, putting it in your bath, and we always put the honey on top of everything.
Moot Heteru, when you said cinnamon, I was like, oh my God, I put it in my coffee. It's in my brew.
And I was just thinking about getting I'm like, I need a new cinnamon broomstick. So we on trend. Yes. We're in alignment.
Yes. I was listening to a book and he was like, Cinnamundo. I was like, cinnamon.
Ooh. I learn new things every day. I'm going to say,
right.
Cinnamundo.
Cinnamundo.
I'm so grateful for each every one of y'all, for both of y'all. And I am so grateful that we can cast this circle of intention
Yes.
and reclaim our joy and live out our purpose together. And we can just be here and create safe, sacred space again with purpose and intention.
Absolutely.
And again, I want to thank all of our listeners. Join in, tune in, connect with us. We are not separate. We are all together in this work of healing and magic. And we invite you again to share with us, connect with us at Witch Hour Podcast at Gmail. Because look, your voices matter. Now let's go into our conversation.
Yes.
Yes.
Get on in here.
We want to hear from you. Like, share,
Right.
subscribe.
Yes. Tell us what your favorite juicy bits were.
Ooh.
Yes. And until we meet again.
Yes.
Shemimotep.
Shemimotep.
Go peace, y'all.
Yes, Shemimotep.